Have you ever felt like you had so much to say, but when you sit down to write, the words don't quite capture what's in your head? Or maybe you've had a great idea, but the moment you try to put pen to paper, it loses its spark. Well, journaling might just be the missing piece. This video today is all about journaling and how it's not just a writing habit, but a tool that unlocks clarity, creativity, and effortless writing. If you're new here, I'm Sharon Halliday, your book coach and book outline specialist and founder of the Authentic Author Academy. With over 35 years of writing experience, I created this channel to share ideas, insights, and instructions to help you write with purpose, power, and progress. And isn't that what we all want as writers? So I bumped into a good friend of mine during the week. Shout out to Deirdre. This one is for you. Deirdre says to me, I really love your videos. I look forward to watching them every Sunday, and it inspires me to do my journaling. Like, wow. I was so stoked to hear this that I lost track of how many times I've said thank you to her, especially as someone who's just getting back into creating videos about writing. And as I replied to Deirdre, that is exactly what this channel is all about, encouraging people to find the joy in writing and expressing themselves. You see, Deirdre is a member of my Facebook group, the Authentic Author Academy. And in that group, the members get the first exclusive look at my YouTube videos before I share them anywhere else. They also get access to all of my free resources. These are my own compilations of practical tools, tips, and techniques to help you on your writing journey. And as I was chatting with Deirdre, and she was sharing how she watches my YouTube videos and then has the inspiration to fuel her journaling practice, which she does every Sunday when the videos go live, I realized something. She was actually practicing habit stacking. Funny enough, I had just finished reading about this in James Clear's Atomic Habits. Massively good book, by the way. You can see how much I am loving it. This is one life-changing book, so shout out to James Clear. I think how amazing would it be if he ever found his way to this video? You just never know. But Clear explains the Diderot effect, which is the idea that when we acquire a new possession, it often leads to a spiral of consumption. We buy one thing and suddenly we feel the need to buy more to match it. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clear connects this idea to human behavior. He explains that we often decide what to do next based on what we've just finished doing. No behavior happens in isolation, he says. Each action becomes a cue that triggers the next. And that's exactly what Deirdre was doing, watching my YouTube videos, which became her cue to journal afterward. She had unknowingly stacked a new habit, journaling, on top of an existing one, watching my videos. This is what Clear calls habit stacking, and it's a powerful way to build new habits by linking them to behaviors that we already do. So this is a side moment of this video that if you're trying to build a new habit, think about what you already do consistently and stack your new behavior on top, just like Deirdre did, watching, getting inspired, and then journaling. So you can apply that to writing or anything else you want to do in your life. Now, when I asked Deirdre to tell me more about this journaling that she was doing, I had to laugh at her response because without hesitation, she said, journaling, I effing love it. Well, I love you, Deirdre, for being so real and honest. And I have to admit, I absolutely agree with you. I effing love journaling too. And here's why. I believe there are 9 big reasons as to why journaling leads to great writing. In this video, we'll cover the first 4, and in the next video, we'll pick up the other 5. No doubt there are heaps of reasons, but I've identified these big ones, and they're backed by science. But more on that in the next video. And there's something else worth mentioning here before we get into those reasons. When Deirdre proceeded to tell me how transformational her journaling practice was proving to be, I replied with my observation. I said that what she was doing through journaling was developing a keen level of self-awareness, because journaling allows you to delve deeper into the layers of yourself and understand why you think what you think and feel what you feel. You get to know yourself on a deep level. And that, my friends, is a good thing, a very good thing. Because when we know how we operate and what's going on deep within, we not only shine a spotlight on what is good in our lives and cultivate a sense of gratitude, but we can also see where we might like to change and improve and grow. And this is where we sow the seeds for transformation. So for me, that's the ultimate expression of true empowerment, where you can look deep within, recognize your own patterns, beliefs, and aspirations with absolute clarity. And then it's about having the courage to sit with your thoughts, to question, to explore, and ultimately to shape the story of your life with intention. So journaling isn't just about recording events and facts. It's about refining your perspective, understanding your emotions, and embracing the power of self-reflection. And when you do that consistently, not only does your writing improve, but so does your ability to articulate your truth, to connect more deeply with yourself, and to create something truly meaningful. I've got another friend, a writer friend in my Facebook group, shout out to Carol, and she is another one who swears by the power of journaling. It seems we're all swearing today. But doesn't that tell you something? When people are passionate about an action they take, it must be effective. Journaling is powerful for so many reasons, but let's dive into the first big four as to why journaling leads to great writing. Number one, journaling builds consistency. The best writers don't just rely on bursts of inspiration. They practice regularly. They write regularly. I cannot emphasize this enough. Journaling is like a judgment-free way to develop the habit of writing on a regular basis by strengthening your ability to express your thoughts clearly. By consistently putting pen to paper, you train your mind to translate ideas into words effortlessly, making writing feel like a less daunting task and more like second nature. Number two, journaling enhances creativity. Now, your journal can be like a creative playground. It's where you can experiment with different styles, tones, and perspectives without any pressure at all. Some of the best writing starts as messy, unstructured thoughts in a journal. And this is a big one because as writers, we often want to get it right the first time. I'm sure you can relate. I know this was definitely me until I let that one go. But that's just not practical, and it puts unnecessary stress on us. Number three, journaling improves clarity of thought. Writing forces you to organize your thoughts. The more that you journal, the better you get at structuring those thoughts and your ideas, making them easier to articulate into bigger projects like writing a book. Consider the act of journaling like your mental workout. It trains your brain to break down complex thoughts into clear, cohesive narratives, which not only improves your writing, but also enhances your ability to communicate ideas effectively in any context. And it's a private, sacred space, so you get to cut loose. Number four, journaling strengthens vocabulary and grammar. Think of your journal as a low-stake writing practice. Every time you write, you're naturally expanding your vocabulary and reinforcing your grammar skills. And even if that wasn't something that you enjoyed at school, English or grammar, this is your time to get to learn to write professionally, again, in that sacred, safe space. So when you write regularly and learn how it sounds, everything starts to flow more easily. So over time, this consistently builds confidence. It helps you experiment with new words, refine sentence structure, and develop this unique writing voice that can feel both natural and polished. So there you have it. We've covered our first big 4 reasons as to why journaling leads to this powerful writing. But we're just getting started, because in the next video, I'll be diving into 5 more game-changing benefits that will take your writing to the next level. So be sure to tune in to part 2. Now, if you're new to journaling, let me assure you, getting started is simple. You don't need to overthink it, and you don't need to spend a lot of money or hunt down for that perfect journal. A $1 exercise book will work just fine. That said, over the years, I've come to cherish the practice of journaling, and I absolutely love choosing a journal that resonates with me. It feels like a personal commitment to the experience. And so, as you'll see, over the years, I've had a range of different journals, and they're all really different. And they all have carry different meanings for me. But here's the truth. It's not about the notebook. It's about the act of journaling itself and the intention behind it. So if you're feeling inspired, don't wait. Grab any old notebook and make a start, because the magic happens in the writing, not the stationery. Thanks for watching, and a special thanks for my muse for this week's video, the divine Miss Deirdre. It was an absolute delight seeing you as always, and I can't wait to hear how powerful your next journaling session is after you watch this. But before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever had a breakthrough moment because of journaling? Maybe an idea, a story, or just a realization about yourself. Let me know in the comments below. And now I'm off to read a little bit more of Atomic Habits. And maybe I'll do some of my own habit stacking and be inspired to journal after that. See you in the next video.